Hey, it's Kelly with citruscycles.ca. I'm here with the Pino. It's a semi-recumbent tandem custom made in Germany by Hase. And this solves all of the problems you'd normally have with the tandem. So obviously tandem, you've got two riders. On the back here is where what we call the captain, the person that's in charge of the steering, the braking, the shifting, changing assist levels. They're going to be there in a regular bike position. But the second rider, that is the stoker, is going to be sitting up here in a super comfortable seat in a recumbent position. And this allows both riders to see where they're going. On a regular tandem, of course, the stoker is in behind and basically has a good view of the captain's back the whole time. So that solves one of the problems. Because we're in a recumbent position, we do have this boom here that we can adjust the length of for the leg length of the stoker. That means the boom can come all the way in, and in fact, the entire frame is telescopic. You can see we've got it all the way out here. This comes all the way back to here, and now it's the same wheelbase as a regular bike. That means you can take it with you. Yeah, you can put it on the back of your car, however you normally transport a bike, take it with you, extend it, go for a ride. On a regular tandem, well, it's pretty hard to transport a tandem. You can get ones that come apart. Well, that's not so fun, taking apart your tandem. You know, the frame has to have a break in it, and yeah, so this is perfect because it does allow you to transport it. Another great thing about this tandem that my wife and I really like is that in a very clever design, the German engineering here, we've got the stoker's drivetrain on the opposite side as the captain's. It comes to the back here, hooks up to that Shimano Steps motor, and it has a freewheel. That means the stoker can coast. You don't have to pedal all the time while the captain is pedaling. Another really nice feature, especially useful if you're going to use this for transporting kids. And that's another great feature about the Pino here, is it's highly versatile. So we can, obviously have an adult up there, but because this boom length is adjustable, you can have kids. You could even ride it by yourself without a passenger. So most tandems are going to be kind of weird riding just by yourself. The Pino, though, rides just like a regular bike. We can shorten up that front end. We've got these super comfortable, highly adjustable handlebars here. And then we can actually put a custom bag on here, huge bag that comes all the way up to the boom here. I'll try to include a picture of that, and it becomes a cargo bike. So not only is it a tandem, a kid's taxi, but it's a cargo bike with that really handy bag on the front. We can also add a rack in the bottom here for even more cargo capacity, and of course you have the standard rear rack there where you can put bags and trunk bags as well. Speaking of versatility, one of the cool things that Hase did with the Pino is they have a second bike that basically uses the same frame. It's called the Gravit. I'll put some photos of that for you. And the Gravit is essentially the same bike as the Pino, but instead of these highly adjustable handlebars here, and these are designed so that when you turn, you don't hit the stoker that's sitting in front there, but it's really cool because they're highly adjustable. We can adjust the length here to make them longer or shorter. We can adjust the angle, not only out this way and more in, but also forwards and backwards, so you can dial in a really comfortable riding position. But with the Gravit, it's not a tandem. We don't have the seat on the front here, although the seat does come off with two quick releases, and we can adjust the angle, which is pretty cool. But instead of the seat, they actually have a removable platform, making it a cargo bike. Or in the case of the Gravit City, you can actually put a bag on there. You can even put a child seat in there. It's pretty cool. Because we're not worried about having the stoker with the handlebars, the Gravit's going to have regular handlebars or drop bars on the Gravit gravel bike, which is pretty cool. So this is the Pino top seller. It means it's kind of a standard configuration we can order from Hase. You can also customize it with the top seller here. We have that Shimano Steps E6100 motor, 60 Newton meters of torque. With the top seller, you are getting a chain, cassette, and derailleur, very wide. Look at that huge climbing gear on there, which is great. Shimano Dior, you could customize it, have a roll-off for a wider gear ratio, less maintenance, being able to shift while you stop. Keep in mind, though, with a roll-off, it is going to be a twist shift, and both riders are going to have to stop pedaling in order to shift. With the Dior here, it's a little bit more forgiving if you want to shift under a little bit of a load. We do have the bar end shifter here to shift the gears. It is a one-by. We don't need another gear up front because we've got quite a wide gear ratio at the back, and of course we've got the motor. Being a Shimano motor, we have the standard Shimano display here with 3 levels of assistance and the buttons to choose the assist level. Great thing about it being Shimano is pretty much every bike shop can service Shimano. We know you can get parts well into the future if you need a spare battery or something like that. You can go anywhere. It's not specific to Hase. It's not a specific German brand that's hard to find. It's Shimano, so super easy to find parts and service for. Now, I got really carried away here, I got all excited, jumped right in talking to you about the Pino. I should mention that if you want to check out the detailed specs, if you're in Canada, you want to see what the pricing is here in Canada, visit our website at citruscycles.ca, search for Pino, you'll find all the specs, you'll find the current pricing. If you want to come try it out here in beautiful Vancouver Island, you can book an appointment to do that. We can also ship anywhere across Canada. If you're not in Canada, you'll want to contact Hase to find out who your local dealer is for them to provide you with the assistance you're looking for. So coming up to the front here, you can see we've got this super bright IQX light on the front, which is nice, and a nice light on the back here with the side cutout. Let me just turn the light on here for us. There we go. You can see we've got visibility at the side and at the back, which is nice. Super bright on the front, which is really great for safety. We've got this adjustable length boom here, so we adjust the pedal length or the boom length depending on the rider's length. That's just a quick release here, and you can see there's numbers, which is super handy, so you can adjust it and then remember where it is when you shrink it for transport. We do have the standard crank arms on here, but Hase makes these really cool adjustable length crank arms, which I highly recommend. That's great because a lot of riders don't need a long crank arm. They're happier with a short crank arm. It reduces the range of motion required. My wife really likes it. She feels that she can give a little bit more power when we're pedaling together with the shorter crank arms. For kids, we recommend the shorter crank arms. And if you're putting that bag up front, the shorter crank arms are really nice because then they're not going to collide with the bag. These aren't the standard pedals that come with it for the Stoker, they just come with regular pedals, but we do recommend for the Stoker having something to retain your heel. You don't want your feet falling off if you go over a bump and perhaps accidentally hitting the front wheel here. So some extra spokes are really nice to, extra heel support is really nice to have. We do have a suspension fork up front here. Hase has put these really cool cover on it, but it is a suspension fork. So that's going to help smooth out the ride for both the Captain and the Stoker. Although for the Captain, I would recommend adding a suspension seat post, maybe the Connect or Thud Buster, something like that, just to help smooth out the ride for them as well. We do have a 20-inch Schwalbe Marathon here and a Marathon 26 at the back. We love the Marathons, highly puncture resistant. We've got the fenders, of course, which is great, front and rear. We've got the 20-inch up front, of course, because we want the center of gravity to be lower for the Stoker. If we had a 26 up there, they'd be way up high and the Captain couldn't see. So this is a really perfect solution. We do have these handlebars here that the Stoker can hang on to while they're riding. We've installed the optional seat extender here. This makes this seat a little bit longer. A lot of our customers like having that, but of course you don't have to have that. There's just a strap in there you take out and the seat gets a little bit shorter. We have adjustability on the angle here, so you can really adjust that. And all these straps can tighten to make the seat a little bit firmer or softer. If you wish, that seat can actually be upgraded to what Hase calls the Vario seat, which has a lot more cushions and even has bolsters you can put in if you need support. Speaking of support, you could put a lap belt on if you want. You can put a 5-point harness on if you want. Hase's got all sorts of great things, calf supports, arm supports, lots of cool things if we need to adapt this to meet some needs that you have. We've got our standard Shimano battery here. That's a 630 watt hour, but there's 3 different sizes you can choose from, which is great. You can always bring a spare if you want, throw it on the rack and switch them out, but this Shimano motor is very efficient, so you get tremendous range out of that. Now, the Pino doesn't actually come with a kickstand, interestingly, because Hase offers 2 kickstands. This is kind of the standard off-the-shelf. It's an Ursus Jumbo 80. It's designed for the weight of the bike, but it's not really designed for the weight of the Stoker while you're stopped, and it's not particularly wide for stability. One of the cool things about Hase is they are willing to make their own stuff. So they make their own custom kickstand, the Jumbo kickstand, much wider than that one, higher weight capacity. So if you wanted to, have kids on here, throw them on while you've got the kickstand on, you'd want to go with that Jumbo kickstand. The rack back here is kind of cool. We've got the rail down here for pannier bags, and you can still then put your trunk bag on top here without it colliding. It is a Atran Velo rack, so although you can use standard bags on it, Atran does make their own accessories that kind of click on and click off. They're a bit hard to find here in North America. If when you order the Pino, you let us know you want a basket. We do have a basket that we can get from Hase that just clicks on, clicks off, which is very cool. Okay, so that was just a quick rundown of the Hase Pino. And for all the details, you can head over to our website at citruscycles.ca. Well, in my excitement to share the details of the Pino with you, I neglected to talk about our riding experiences with it. So my wife and I have ridden a number of tandems over the years. And as far as tandem bikes go, the Pino is by far our favorite tandem bike. Now, you'll notice I'm qualifying that because we actually ride a tandem trike called the Bambuck. I have a video review of that on our website. If you head over to our website at citruscycles.ca, search for Bambuck. That's B-A-M-B-U-K. And there you'll find a detailed video review of it, explaining why we love having a tandem trike, that we were both in that very comfortable recumbent position, very, very stable. But of course, if you're looking for a tandem bike, easy to transport, rides like a regular bike, the Pino is definitely a good option to consider. What we loved about it, not only the comfort, the transportability, all those things that I talked about in the video, but from a riding perspective, this was definitely gave us the most amount of confidence in terms of starting and stopping. Starting and stopping on a tandem, of course, can be a little bit hairy. You get used to it, and with the Pino, definitely this was by far the stablest tandem we rode. Really easy, really comfortable, easy to steer, easy to handle. You know, we've got these awesome brakes, huge rotor up there, really powerful brakes. Great with the motor, just very comfortable, very stable, super easy starting and stopping. So we really like this tandem, in addition to all of those features of, you know, my wife being able to see where she's going and all of those things. So if you want more details on it, head over to our website at citruscycles.ca.